Everybody wants to get rich quick. But as somebody who's been investing for a fair while now and who has a diversified portfolio, I have to say, I think the tortoise investor will always beat the hare investor in the long run. Okay, let's get straight to the point. 3 investments to becoming rich. How to achieve easy, guaranteed wealth. Well, first of all, a little bit about me. I've been investing for a fair few years now. I'm learning all the time and trying to build my knowledge, my financial knowledge. But I have got a pretty diversified investment portfolio, which includes things such as commodities, precious metals, index funds and property, and it's always growing. I believe that that's what makes a very good investor, is always being open to learning. Okay, so let's get straight to the point. What big 3 investments do I believe will help you achieve true wealth in the easiest way? And it's no joke, I really do believe this. Okay, so starting off in no particular order, commodities, specifically gold bullion. Precious metals are tangible assets. I absolutely love holding a tangible asset such as gold bullion in my portfolio. The reason being is that it is a fantastic hedge against inflation, one of the best, if not the best, wealth preservation device to looking after your capital over a long period of time. It's historically proven to be very, very safe. From the years 2000 to 2020, gold bullion has gone up over 500%. I mean, that's an incredible yield on what you would consider one of the lowest risk investments out there. So gold bullion has to take pride and place in my portfolio as the safest investment I hold and the best investment I hold for preserving your wealth. You can move on later to other investments which will build you compound interest and passive income, and you can let those other investments build you more income as time goes on. But it's very important to consider holding precious metals such as gold bullion, because it really will look after your current wealth and the future wealth you're generating. If you're watching this far into the episode, thank you very, very much. I want to say, consider staying till the very end, because I've got something interesting I think may be beneficial to you. Okay, so moving on to number 2, index funds. I'm a massive, massive fan of index funds. I hold multiple index funds in my portfolio. I like to believe that they're a low risk, long-term investment for actually building wealth rather quickly. Now let me explain. An index fund is a group of companies in a fund, and what you do is you invest on a monthly basis. If you can, dollar cost average your way in to achieve the best average price over a long term. And that money is split between those companies in that index fund. And at the very beginning, your investment is very, very small. But as time goes on and you consistently, that's a key word there, consistent, keep investing in that index fund, you will start building up a large pot of investments, which will be distributed across those companies. Now, with index funds, you can choose to have an accumulating fund or a distributing fund. If you're looking to receive income back into your balances, back into your account per se, you would want a distributing fund. But if you're like me and you want to build that pot quicker, larger and faster, you may want to consider having it under an accumulating fund. That means any interest you make will get automatically reinvested into the pot of money that you're already adding. And that then creates a thing called compound interest. And this is where it starts to get really exciting, because that money starts to build on top of each other very, very quickly. And essentially what happens is, initially you're making money off of the own money you've invested. But when you start getting that reinvestment from the interest on the free money, which is interest, you start making money on that free money. And then it's just a compounding effect. And eventually you're making money off of money that you never even put in that index fund. And historically, they've proven to be very, very safe. There's multiple different index funds out there. You will want to find one that fits your desires, your investment plans. So have a little look. There's ones such as the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, or even more. Averagely, you can quite comfortably pick up an index fund like one of those that will tend to yield you a result of about 10% per year. So it's a very, very attractive way of building wealth over a period of time that is considered hands-off and safe. So along with gold, which averagely goes up along 9% a year, adjusting that for inflation, it's a true value of around 6%. And index funds, which is around 10% per year, also including the adjustment of inflation. Those two together are going to really help you preserve your wealth and build your wealth. Very, very important ones in your portfolio. And I can pretty much say confidently that that is going to allow you to build true wealth over a period of time. And that's why I make a very valid point of saying I believe the tortoise investor will always beat the hare investor in the long run, because it is all about consistency. And at the end of the day, consistency compounds. Moving on to my final and third investment in the top three is actually a side hustle. Invest in yourself. And I can tell you from experience, having a side hustle along your day job really does make a huge, huge difference. It can allow you to invest so much more money. It can allow you to have a much better lifestyle. I would say try not to live a champagne lifestyle on a lemonade wage. And what I mean by that is don't live beyond your means. But by having a side hustle, that allows you just to step up a little bit and not only live a bit nicer, but it gives you much more income to be able to invest in maybe precious metals to preserve that wealth, or index funds like the S&P 500, for example, to really build that wealth on an accumulating fund through compound interest. So those are my big three that can pretty much guarantee you becoming rich. But there are key factors to be able to achieve that. You have to be consistent. Like I said earlier on, consistency compounds. History's proven that the successful people were consistent. And it comes to mindset as well. You need to be able to have a strong mindset to be able to control your purchases, your savings, and your investments. Is very, very important. Something to help you out to allow your mindset to adjust to building wealth would be to create a budget. I found that helped very much for me to creating easy wealth. Allowing myself a budget of what I need to put in my bills account, my monthly spending account, which is completely expendable, and my investment and savings. Budgeting really helps. And then your mindset gets really, really easily transitioned into being consistent, which then compounds yourself into building easy wealth. I do believe that this is a really, really honest and easy way to accumulating a large and vast amount of wealth over, let's be honest, a fair few years. This is what you would consider a long-term investment. But like I said at the beginning of this episode, the tortoise investor usually wins the race. And finally, if you want to learn even more and find quicker ways to make money, my biggest tip would be to network. Some of the best advice and knowledge and investments has led from networking. Try and surround yourself with like-minded people and people that have achieved even more than yourself. It really does lend to be a very, very informational tool. You can gain so much knowledge from people who have been there and done it. Not only knowledge, but it's a great reassurance for someone who's doing it to help you through that process. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you agreed with my 3 investments to becoming rich on a really rather easy wealth plan. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've actually really enjoyed making this. This is a sort of content I really, really am passionate about. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. It means an awful lot. And I look forward to seeing you in the very next episode. Bye-bye. Well, thank you ever so much for staying till the end of the episode. I really do appreciate how valuable your time is. So I wanted to tell you very quickly about how you can become a channel member here on Future Investments. There's some great benefits to becoming a channel member. Not only do you get priority reply to your comments and exclusive access to behind the scenes content through our community tab, you also get automatically entered into regular monthly giveaways. This month in December, one of our channel members won a 24-carat New Hampshire gold bar, an amazing prize that is already on their way to them. That could be you. So to join the membership, all you have to do is click the join button and you can become part of a premium future investor club.